So this is us finally on the 401 heading to Portugal. It was so exciting. So once we got to the airport, we parked our car and then went to the terminal where we were going to take the train that was going to take us to where we were going to board our plane. We actually got delayed. We were supposed to leave at 5. We ended up leaving at 7. But we made up time anyway. So at this point, because our Kenyan passports, I don't know if they're just so blue and they stand out, I got stopped and this lady was like, "Can I see your passport?" And they didn't say anything. They called me back. It was so awkward and so weird. They didn't explain anything. They gave me back my passport. But anyway, I went, sat, situated myself. I was traveling with my husband and we sat on 2 separate window seats just so that we try and get some rest. Prior to this trip, we had worked quite a bit, and also we were juggling school with it. And even when traveling, we were still in school. We were taking some electives. And so with all that going on leading up to the trip, we were just really exhausted. And also by the time we landed in Lisbon, which was around 7 in the morning, that was going to be 3 a.m. Canadian time. So technically we'd still be tired because of that time difference. So we were just trying to position ourselves in a way that would be ready to kickstart the day, because we were arriving in Lisbon at 7 in the morning. But that did not work. I personally didn't sleep as much. I generally just don't sleep in the plane as well, but I still appreciated having that window seat because then I was a bit comfortable compared to sitting. I don't like sitting in the middle. Yeah, so anyway, flight was average, as you can expect. We went with Air Portugal for the first time, and this didn't feel like an international trip for some reason. It just felt like we were going somewhere to Montreal or something. And the funny thing actually is traveling in Canada is so expensive. You're better off going to Europe. So this was a good decision. So anyway, once we arrived, we picked up the car that we had rented, did some inspections on it. We like to also take videos just to make sure everything is the way it is. When we bring it back, there's no issues. But they actually upgraded us and gave us a big car because in Lisbon, roads are so small. We wanted a small car, but no complaints. This was a fairly good car. So as soon as we left, we joined the highway. We were using Google Maps for navigation. So we got onto this long bridge. It was so beautiful. It was also super bright. It was even so hard for me to edit this video. But it was actually really nice. And we were it started now thinking that, oh my goodness, we're actually we're away from home. We're somewhere new and we're on an adventure. It started sinking in at this point. And we were using Google Maps for navigation. It was in English because we were worried when we went to, I think, Montreal in Canada, and we saw road signs were in French. So every time I've gone somewhere new, just skeptical, but it was fine. So finally, Google decided to take us out of the highway and brought us into back roads, and we were in all these small towns. We didn't even know where we were. And it significantly added time because we were driving from Lisbon to the southern coastal part of Portugal. So we decided to join back into the highway. And as we were doing that, we actually saw these trees, which I Googled while I was editing these videos to find out what they actually are, and found out that they're actually cork, the cork that stops the wine bottles. So those things come from trees. And in Portugal, they also use them to make bags. So that was a very interesting thing. So anyway, we decided finally to get back onto the highway and continue with our drive, which was going to take us a while. Generally, driving in Portugal was not a problem. Although in Canada, we drive on the left side, and in Portugal, we drive side. Back home, we also drive on the right side. But I'm a passenger princess. I was not doing any of the driving. And because my husband was not doing the driving, he's such a good driver and he's used to driving and he loves driving. So it was very easy for us to adjust to that. And also the Canadian driver's license allows you to drive in, I think, Portugal. I can't say about Europe, but allows you to drive in Portugal. So this was fine. It was also an interesting experience actually when we were doing the border controls. It's known, especially in the summertime, it gets really crazy with the wait times. But because we landed at the same time, I'd say like that's a strategy. If you're planning to go to Portugal, try and pick the flight that arrives early in the morning if you're not holding a European passport. So finally, after the long drive, this is us arriving in Lagos. So this is where we booked our hotel, where we were going to stay for, I think we stayed here for 2 days. It was such a quick in and out because I'm not quite a city girl and I love the coastal side. I like countryside, and so I just needed to have that bit of a balance because I just find there's not so much to do in the city. It's just walking around and stuff like that. So yeah, this is why we came to the coastal side, and I planned my itinerary with ChatGPT, half of which I ended up not fulfilling because there was just so many other good things around me that were like happening, but it did point me to the direction because as we were like going somewhere, we would do like detours and then end up spending time there, which you will see along. Will take you along. I hope I have all the footage. But anyway, this is us arriving. We were just scanning around for common things like the gas station, grocery stores, because these are like some necessities we'd need, which we ended up even not needing because we picked a package while we were renting the car to get like enough fuel that will last us. But we can drive. We were supposed to not fill the tank, but we ended up the last day when we were driving back because we ended up taking so many detours. And actually, when you're traveling somewhere new, I'm a huge advocate for renting cars because it gives you so much flexibility and you can explore, especially if your interest is like mine. I like driving around. I like seeing how locals are living, and I also like the flexibility of being able to get outside of my hotel and go explore like a little bit closer. So we did actually end up having a good time because of that. Otherwise, I couldn't have imagined not having the experiences that I did, which was enabled by the fact that we had rented this car. So this is the look of Lagos, as you can see. It's very warm. It's not overcrowded at all, but this is not the main city center. We were just driving further a bit away from it because the hotel is closer to the water. So as you're driving up, we're driving closer and closer to the water and the cliffs because they also have like lots of cliffs. But yeah, finally, this is the hotel that we are going to be we stayed at, and like what you're seeing on the left was currently I think still under construction, where we went to the main tall building that is right in front of us, and that's where we stayed. But the thing is, because we arrived here at 12, we finally arrived here at 12, and we left Lisbon at maybe say like 8. We were done with border control, but when we got here, we were hoping they would give us an early check-in, but our room was not ready for us. Also, we couldn't call the hotel because we don't have local numbers, and so that was just a little bit of a challenge. And so we drove, like it was about 20 minutes away. There's a small town called Portimao, and this is actually where the Afrofest was happening. And we found out when we got there, and we were seeing tents being set up, and we saw the Afro Nation post, and we were like, what? But anyway, we got there. Food was the first agenda. We went to this small beach club. It's called No Solo Agua, and we stayed there. We were super tired. This is me trying to pose for cute pictures, and then afterwards we just walked around. It's such a beautiful beach, and lots of people fishing, lots of boat activities, and so we spent quite a bit of time here. By the time we were going back to our hotel room, it was like around 5. By this time we were so beat, because imagine having left Canada at 7 p.m. and then arrived Lisbon at 7 a.m. and it was now 5 p.m. Lisbon time when we were going to go back into our hotel room. So I don't know what we were on. We were so tired, but it was all worth it. So we decided to head back to the hotel to get some rest, and then we kickstart the next day with some more adventures. So thank you for getting to this point of the video. and I will see you on my next one, which will be a tour of the hotel room that we stayed at.